I'm gonna be honest here, I'm sick and tired of all of this rage time stop crap, and you know what my solution is? My solution is f it. Rage time stops are stupid, f the rage, throw the rage bar out the window, unrelated to time stop. Then you don't need to worry about all these nonsense glitches, and you can just balance the time stop times around you having a time stop all the time.
Well, Christ on a stick, I guess there is a God.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you obviously saw on the title and thumbnail, this video's topic will be on the rage time stops and how unneeded they are towards the stands who have them. Now, with stands like Star Platinum, the World, and the World AU, having this restricted limit on their time stop that involves getting angry enough to max out the bar. Now, the problem with it is that it's completely dumb. Not only from a consistency issue to the source material, but also an in-game problem that makes having a limit on the time stop kind of pointless, with how short the actual ability is and how overall insufficient it is in your PvP matches. To elaborate further, let's talk about the first stand who made time stop a thing in JoJo's, the World. Before getting into his time stop, let's quickly analyze this stand's moveset. The World's moveset consists of knives, kicks, road roller, also its rage buff. Now that we've gone over the moveset, I would very much like to ask the question of, how will any of this land a time stop whatsoever? Before you answer that, I'll answer that for you. You can't! You can't! The World literally has nothing that helps you land your time stop, which is restricted by rage. Why is the first stand who integrated time stop in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure restricted by some bullshit rage limit? When A, Dio never once in part 3 never had to throw a hissy fit in order to use his main ability in any instance when he has to. Just for the fun of it, I'll show you all the compilation again.
The world だ。The world 時を止まれ The world 止まれ時よ The world 時は止まった。やはりポルナレフか。時は動き出す。ザワールド、時を止まれ。うれー。ザワールド。
And B is stupid anyways, because even if we isolate the cannon for a second, the World without any specs can't consistently land its time stop without the air player instantly going to react by jumping or canceling the time stop, because the devs slowed the animation startup to a crawl or cancel it again by getting you into a combo or a beatdown. And on the rare minority you do land your time stop against someone, what damage is there to give enough to count? At best you'll get 2 or 3 M1s in and a road roller. That's it, that's all. And don't even get me started on how you can't even move when you first stop time. Like, why is that still a thing? On that point, that's if you immediately use your time stop after activating your rage. If you do it like 30 seconds or more afterwards, you'll only get 3 seconds or less of your main ability. That's absolutely insane to really think deep about how players using the World are constantly scammed out of their own time. And please don't even think about saying anything like,
it's put the balance time stop so it's not banned in a balance.
Well, ignore what we just discussed with the short time stop and very little amounts of damage you get off it without specs. What about stands like the World Overheaven and Star Platinum the World? Don't give them an easy pass because they're evolved stands, because regardless if they're evolved, there needs to be a certain type of balance to these mechanics. And if you personally believe a stand with a free to use nearly 8-second time stop is more balanced than a restricted 5-second one, well, respectfully, calling you delusional would be an understatement. But I digress. Let's move on to Star Platinum. Now, for any old viewers who watched my older video on the topic, I specifically talked about how good of a move Inhale was on Star Platinum, with the stand being the only one having a good way to consistently get off a time stop. I also remembered how hard I glazed Star Platinum back then, but unfortunately this will be the video where I finally eat my own words, because a few months after the Stone Free update, they nerfed the Inhale on Star Platinum. So not only can you not use time stop with Inhale anymore because of a certain spec combo being too overpowered, but they reduced the duration of the move too. 4. I don't even know the answer to that one. They outright gutted Star Platinum by nerfing both its Inhale and Star Finger. You know, the stun move that's supposed to be somewhat long ranged, yet they nerfed it anyways. But moving on. Star Platinum's time stop is officially worthless now. You have nothing to land in time stop because the devs decided to curb stop Star Platinum because of boxing, which will be a very special video to come up hopefully sooner than later, and it's held back by a stupid rage requirement which, even for this stand, makes 0 sense. I said it before and I'll keep saying it. Jotaro did not unlock assets to time stop through sheer rage only, but in actuality, by having these limits pushed to the max and having a roller nearly crush him to death. Besides, if we follow this brain dead logic of him only using time stop by being angry, and then following that path only being able to use time stop by raging out, we'll explain part 4.
霞が俺たちの置いた罠を使っただと。スタープラチナザワーやれやれだぜ。慌てるな。毒が回る前に針は抜いといた。爆発する！スタープラチナザワールド。かったるいことは嫌いなたちなんだ。このままぶち壊させてもらうぜ。やった！時を止めたんですね。できる。エコーズを出して身を守る。そこまでは時を止めても遠すぎる。しまった。スタープラチナザワールド。スタープラチナザワールド。
So, just gonna say this again, Star Platinum needing a rage requirement to use time stop makes anti-sense and shouldn't be a thing whatsoever, and the limitation just makes the ability a complete waste of skill points. Next, and especially last, the World AU. The World AU is kinda weird with its time stop. Sure, it's short and held back by a stupid rage bar, but it's actually kind of okay-ish. Mainly due to the low cooldown on knives and the explosive cloud, so you can just spam knives for your character to grenade and shoot to make it explode. So surprisingly, the World AU has the better time stop out of the two, but that doesn't make it good, just average. Because the World AU's time stop at best would only be useful for landing the gas grenade move, which doesn't really do a lot in terms of long-term fights, and mediocre at worst, and you can only throw out knives, but there's the chance that the knives will bug out and won't land anyways. Well, I think I've nearly covered everything there is to talk about when it comes to rage time stops. There are below average handicaps that makes putting the skill points into them redundant, when you could get twice the amount of damage and more if you had a spec on you, which pisses me off even further. What really irritates me about the concept of a rage limit being applied to stands like these are that it doesn't work for balanced or mediocre stands like them. A limit to time stop would make more sense to add to stands like the World Over Heaven / the World because they deal more damage. They have better chances to pull off a time stop because they can do it anytime, making it less predictable and just have more ways to pull off one. A cool thing to actually add would be to make it to where the roles are reversed. When you evolve, say, Star Platinum into Star Platinum the World, what you get in exchange for a longer time stop, you get a set bar. It doesn't have to be a rage one, just a bar in general that works the same as the rage bar to where if you get it to the max, you can use time stop, just like an RIU. Same thing could be said and done for the World and the World Over Heaven. In conclusion, rage time stops are heavily flawed limit bars that neuter the stands that have them while leaving stands that actually need a limitation right the hell alone. This has been Rise and Respect. If you liked the video and want more, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you all sometime next week for more.